Yesterday, United States forces, at the direction of President Trump, launched precision strikes against Assad regime targets associated with the use of chemical weapons in Syria. We launched these strikes to cripple Syria's ability to use chemical weapons in the future. We were joined by the United Kingdom and France, who demonstrated solidarity in addressing these atrocities.
We deployed 105 weapons against 3 targets that will significantly impact the Syrian regime's ability to develop, deploy, and use chemical weapons in the future. It's been said before, but I want to emphasize again that by comparison, this strike was double the size of the last strike in April 2017, and I'd also emphasize that this strike was a multinational effort. The 3 facilities are more appropriately were fundamental components of the regime's chemical weapons warfare infrastructure.
This operation was carefully orchestrated and methodically planned to minimize potential collateral damage. I can assure you, we took every measure and precaution to strike only what we targeted, and we successfully hit every target.
Right now, we have no reporting of any civilian casualties against any of the targets that we struck, and we'll continue to look at this closely as we go ahead. Initial indications are that we accomplished our military objectives without material interference from Syria. None of our aircraft or missiles involved in this operation were successfully engaged by Syrian air defenses, and we have no indication that Russian air defense systems were employed. We assessed that over 40 surface-to-air missiles were employed by the Syrian regime. Most of these launches occurred after the last impact of our strike was over. It is likely that the regime shot many of these missiles on a ballistic trajectory. I mean by that, without guidance. And we assessed that the defensive efforts of Syria were largely ineffective and clearly increased risk to their own people based on this indiscriminate response. When you shoot iron into the air without guidance, it's going to come down somewhere.
Our goal in Syria remains defeating ISIS. But we will not stand by passively while Assad, backed by Russia and Iran, ignores international law.